Hello you guys, it's Emma. Welcome. Today I am so excited actually for this video. I'm so excited to share what I have for you today. Today we are going to set up and start to prepare my home environment for reading and teaching sounds and letters and numbers, but I'm not really going to focus on that today. And just getting my environment prepared to start this work with my twin boys. If you're new here, welcome. I am a Montessori trained guide, and I now stay at home with my two boys. They're twins, they're 3 years old. They turned 3 they're like almost 3.5. I am super excited for this new phase in their life, in my motherhood. We will be homeschooling them, at least that is the plan as of now. We live in a pretty small town in northern Minnesota, and so there's just not a ton of options when it comes to schools. There's no Montessori schools around us. The closest private school is about 25 minutes away, and I don't know, just with my background and the values we have for our family, homeschooling is kind of where we see ourselves being, and I'm really excited. But I've also been thinking a lot about how do I take my Montessori background, training, experience, time in the classroom, and now merge that into our home life in a way that is not overwhelming. When I was in a classroom, I took the time to prepare all sorts of activities and materials and different things. And not to say that I'm not going to do that. There will probably be pieces of that. But I really want to keep it simple, keep it to the essentials of what are the essential materials that my children need, that I want to introduce to them to give them these ideas and concepts. And so today I'm going to focus on beginning reading. And so we're going to be looking really at, I've done like a little bit here and there, but I really have not started much with them. I'm going to show you some of the materials that I have chosen to bring into our home to start introducing sounds and get us on the path to reading. Now, some of you might be thinking like, wow, your children are 3. Don't do this. Why are you wasting your time? Like, they're too young. Don't worry about it. And like, I hear you. I am not going to be sitting in this part of my home for 6 hours a day teaching my children how to read. Like, that is not the approach or the method that we are taking. However, I am doing this because my children are ready. I almost don't quite feel ready to do this, but this step today of preparing my environment is what is going to help me feel ready to start this work with them. And they're ready. Children at this age, from 3 to 6, they go through sensitive periods. And so right now I see that they are in a sensitive period for learning to read and for letters and numbers and sounds and quantity. And I want to like capitalize on that and like go with their interest right now, go with what they're super excited to learn about. And right now for their little minds, this work is so effortless. Like it is, they are sponges and they have absorbent minds. And so for me, I don't feel like, oh, I need to wait until they're older to start this work, because when they're older, it's going to be harder for them. Like right now is going to be, in my opinion, the easiest time to start this work with them because they're so eager, they're so willing, they're so capable to grasp these ideas, and they're going to be able to do it really effortlessly. So I have chose some materials that are beautiful, and I'm just so excited to share them with you. So I really want to give a thank you to Montessori Language for partnering with me. I have some of their materials to share with you. And you guys, I took a peek. I'm going to unbox them with you, but I took a peek at these materials last night, and I haven't even gone through all of them yet, and oh my goodness, they are stunning. They're beautiful materials that I am just honored and so excited to have in our home with our boys. And you know those things where you like have thought about what you want it to be, but you want it to be easy and have a clear system? These materials are that. Like, it is the dream of how I've wanted to introduce language, and I haven't known where to find this exact thing. So I'm excited to share that with you. So before we jump into the materials that I have to share with you, by the end of this video, my hope is that I will have this shelf back here. This green shelf is going to be kind of our homeschool shelf for the beginning. The space, I'm sure, is going to change as the boys get older, but I wanted to have one space set up and prepared with the materials that's also like not always accessible, because a lot of these things at this age, I'm going to be giving like specific presentations to working with them, and I don't want it necessarily to just be something they're choosing all of the time with you. So let's jump into it right now. There's a company that I'm excited to share with you today, and it is called Montessori Language. They shared with me their Phonetic cabinet, which is a cabinet of drawers, and there's a drawer for every letter of the alphabet. And inside the drawers are little objects that like start with that sound. So in the A drawer, we'll have A sounds, and so there'll probably be an apple and maybe an alligator in there. So I have all the drawers that I'm going to show you that we're going to open up, and I have then all the objects that we'll get to sort in that. And then another material that they sent me was their phonetic sorting tray. And I'm really excited about this. It's where a child can sort objects between two letter sounds. So you'd take like the B sounds and the T sounds, and you dump all the objects, and then you'll get to sort those objects to their, respective letter sound, using little sandpaper letters. So let's open these up. So beautiful. Like, this is bamboo. It's amazing. So every letter sound has a little box, and the lids are magnetic for little objects. You'll also see on the base of here the letters written onto the drawer so that we know where to put it away. It came with this stand that you screw on just to make it a little bit more sturdy and solid, so I'm going to put that on. It has these little rubber pad feet to go on the bottom so that it doesn't like move around on your shelf. Just love it. This is when you appreciate just the detail that goes into these materials. I've seen a lot of Montessori materials, put my hands on a lot of Montessori materials, and this is like as good as it gets. So I'm just finishing up putting these little feet on here, and then we're gonna open up all the little objects. glare. I've got all the little objects. Let's put them into the drawers, and then we're gonna go over to the shelf and see. I'm not sure that this cabinet will actually fit on one of my shelves, and so we're gonna see. I'm not sure if I want it here really, because I don't want these objects to become like toys, but they're not toys, they're like a material for when we do schoolwork. So I'm gonna have to kind of figure out where to put it so that it's kind of not part of the play area, but it also is accessible, I think. So we will figure that part out, but let's just look at these little objects. They're all individually wrapped here. So let's just open together. This is Africa, an axe. This is a little metal. He's weighty. This is an astronaut and an ambulance. Oh my goodness. These are just, they're amazing. Like the wheels spin. They sell just the objects. If you're looking for like more of an affordable way to get this material, you could definitely come up with like your own organization system of drawers. This is definitely super beautiful, really practical, but there definitely are other ways to store something like this and then have the benefit of all of the little objects. Because this is something I was really overwhelmed by. I knew I wanted like little objects to do sound games with and do like the movable alphabet where you build the words, like you're writing out the words. But I just didn't want to go through the effort of like sourcing all of those tiny little objects and finding them all. And so I love this. And what I also love about this is I can add to it. So as I find little objects that I like, I can just add them to the little box collections. They fit just perfectly in there. And you put the little lid on. There we go. Let's fill the rest of the drawers up. Like it literally is a real leather end ties. Like the quality is just incredible. A boot. It's like a real boot, a blender, and blue. This is like a Montessori color tablet. I just have to be honest with you for like a hot second. I think I'm always honest with you, but I'm genuinely, I am so impressed with this material. Like, look, I just opened the letter, the objects for the sound D or D. There's a duck. Like painted wood, beautiful. A dinosaur. A donut. Like, is this not the most precious thing? Wait. A doll. And a domino. And then they've got their little box. They all fit in there. There's room to add a few extras as I like find. Like I have this tiny little duck, which would be cute too. Magnetic lid. So like if the child holds it upside down or puts it in upside down, like it's not gonna fall out. Like they just thought through everything. I'm so grateful, but I'm also so convicted of like this is beautiful, it's functional, it's simple, and it's like essential. You can use it in so many ways. Like it's going to be used initially just to do sounds and little games, and then it's going to lend itself into deeper reading and writing with the movable alphabet and writing and rhyming and just sorting letters, and there's like, it's endless opportunities. It's going to span for so many years. And so I'm so grateful to partner with Montessori Language. and in sharing this with you, because I think if you're looking to do Montessori at homeschooling at home and you're looking for like what to invest in, this is amazing. And I think this is going to be just such a keystone to our language program that I do with the boys. And so there's more that I'm excited to show you, but I just cannot get over how precious this all is, and how much joy it's going to bring my children to learn this way. And that's the part that I'm really like thinking through for, and how I'm going to even share that with you guys, of how do you bring the Montessori method into your home in really practical ways. And this is it. Like, this is beautiful, practical, simple. It doesn't take up a lot of space. You can use it for so many different things. And it's just really essential. So if you are interested, or if you're just like, man, I want that too for my kids, check out the link in the description box below. I have a discount code for you as well down there to save on your order. So I'm so excited to continue sharing with you how we use this in our homeschool. No way. You guys, for the letter E for F, it's an espresso maker. What? Ah! Okay, this like convinces me that I should actually buy a little espresso maker like this, so my children know what it is. But an elephant, an emerald egg, an electric guitar. No way. G for glasses. A garbage can. An igloo. Oh my gosh. An infant. An ottoman. Okay, you guys, that was so fun. I'm literally so excited to start using that material with the boys. So, more reason to finish the rest of this homeschool area that I'm setting up. So this shelf behind me, if you watched my previous video where I like reset this whole room, I brought this shelf and it had been in our dining room, and I used it as like pantry storage, and I thought, you know what, that would be a really great shelf to just differentiate things that are for homeschooling versus like toys and playthings. So I'm gonna empty it all off. I've kind of stashed some things that are homeschool related, crafts, arts and crafts type things here, but I really have not organized it since then, so it's been a little bit of a mess. We'll just start by emptying it all off, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna put onto the shelf. So I am here setting up this shelf. So one of the things that Montessori Language sent with the Phonetic cabinet was a phonetic sorting tray. So let me show this to you. And also a set of mini sandpaper letters. All right, I just want to show you this phonetic sorting tray. It's such a cool material. So here it is. It's a bamboo tray, and then the little sandpaper letters go in these slots here. And then you'll take the objects from the phonetic drawer, dump them into this part, and then the child can sort them. And what's super cool about this material is that it can like be different levels of difficulty. So all of these separate and they're magnetic, and then they clip together. Like, look at that. And so you can take out these middle ones, and then you're just gonna have like these two to start, and you can sort just between 2 sounds, and then you could do it with 3 sounds, and then up to 4 letter sounds sorting the objects. This is just like brilliant, so in love with it. So I'm gonna set it up on our shelf just like this, and I'm gonna store the other pieces right by it, but we're gonna get started when we start using this material with this and a beautiful box of sandpaper letters. So if you don't know, the blue are vowels, and then all the consonants are on pink. And a sandpaper letter is just a raised, like you hear that? It's sandpapery and it's rough, and they're for tracing the letter sounds. Now, I like these because when we're looking at print in like doing reading, everything's gonna be in print like this. However, when I taught in the classroom, we taught cursive, and I'm gonna teach cursive to my boys. So I am also going to introduce cursive with sandpaper letters. My sister had a set of sandpaper letters, so I have just taken hers. And you can see that these ones are in cursive. Now, I think I'm not worried too much about the fact of doing print and cursive at the same time. It might take like a little bit longer for them to know the difference between the two, but I would rather start right away with cursive. Cursive is easier, like it's more fluid. And so once the children learn those strokes, it's really natural for their hands to move in that way. And then especially when it comes time to like writing, they're connecting sounds, where when we write in print, it's a little bit more broken up and you're lifting your pencil a lot more. And so I'm sure my children will learn to do both, but I am going to focus on cursive as well. But I do like that these have the print for the sorting objects. I think what they're going to be seeing when they read books and things will be print. And so I'm not too worried about that. The other material that I bought, I got this off Amazon. It's a little bamboo box, and it is a sand tray. Now, I was looking for a sand tray that had a lid, and this has a really good lid. It's magnetic, actually. Here's the inside of it. It came with some green. You could pick your color sand. I got green. I actually picked up another color sand at Hobby Lobby. It also came with a set of letter cards, so I could use these. I probably am not going to use these, and I will just use the sandpaper letters. And so then there's a little stand here for the letter to rest in. It does come with a little like pencil, which I might use at some point, but initially I'm just going to have the boys use their finger, and then you pour the sand in there. So we'll get this set up on the shelf, and again, essentially the child is just going to be tracing the letter in here, saying the sound that it makes as they trace it. The color does not matter. You could even just use plain sand. letter rack up at Home Goods. I think it was like $30 maybe, which isn't necessarily a great deal, but I knew what I wanted here. And I wanted just a little shelf to organize like pencils and scissors and glue sticks and cutting work. I thought maybe I could even put out a few little activities here in just like a small way. So I'm just gonna get that set up a little bit better. These were something that I had in my classroom. They're just like colored pencil holder cups. In the Montessori preschool environment, you'll see them like just one pencil in each of them over by some of like the tracing beginning handwriting work. I'm just going to use them as a way to organize our colored pencils, and I'm not going to worry too much about keeping only one in there, but we'll see. Well, I have set up what I have. I do have a book coming called How to Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons, and so I'm going to add that to it. I guess let me preface this. What I'm focusing on is pre-reading and letter sounds right now. I'm not expecting that my children are going to be reading like anytime soon, really. I want to spend a lot of time just introducing sounds, playing those sound game, like little sound games and different things. So more to come with how I'm using this. I kind of was just really excited to share what I have found so far. One thing that I saw another mom, I mentioned her before, her handle is Home and On the Way, and she recommended this, ABC here, do, see here, do, learn to read. And so it's all of the sounds, and each letter sound has like hand motions to do it. So I'm planning this to just be part of our like reading time throughout the day at some point, to like read through at least a couple pages of this and just do different letter sounds. It's really fun. Like I really liked this one, the for gorilla. Pretend to hold a cup and gulp, go. I think it's important to just to know that like when children are learning to read, knowing the names of letters is actually not necessary. It's not super helpful. They need to know the sounds that these letters make. And so I'm going to be looking for books and resources that focus on sounds, not naming of letters. They will figure out the names of letters as they just get more and more experience with things, but they really need to focus on the letter sounds. And I also found at a thrift store, it's a set of the Bob book pre-readers. And so it focuses on a few letter sounds in each book. And so these are something I'm just going to be focusing on reading through, and this will supplement some of like the reading drawers and the sandpaper letters. So I also have a set of sandpaper numbers, 1 through 9, and then there's a 0 as well. I'm going to focus on math in another video or at a later date. Honestly, so far this is the extent of my math materials that I have. I don't have anything else, but what we have been just kind of working on is like counting things. And I've introduced what the numbers 1, 2, and 3 look like. That's about it. So I have ideas of what that will be. I just have not purchased any materials other than sandpaper numbers. And so I'm going to really put my focus first here into letter sounds and reading and see how that goes. Yeah, I'm really happy with what I have here. So let me just kind of show you the shelf. There's definitely some more room on the shelf, which is good because I haven't put any math things out. And yeah, it's just simple. It's simple, but it's beautiful. And I really want it to stay simple and realistic and practical. So I'm hopeful that I can share that journey with you of how I'm kind of bridging Montessori and bringing it into our home in practical ways that you may also feel like, hey, I could do that in my home too. And I guess I'm also curious if that's something you're looking into, if this is something you're interested in, homeschooling, if this is maybe why you found my channel and my video. Like, let me know what you want to see or the questions that you have. Drop that all down in the comment section below. It'll help me as I plan and live out these days, these months, these years with my children here at home, and will help me know what to share. All right, you guys, so here's what we have. It's simple and it's not quite done yet, but it's with what I have here. On the bottom shelf here, I have my cursive sandpaper letters. This is the sand tray. And then here I have the phonetic sorting trays with the mini sandpaper letters in print. On this second shelf, I have kind of pre-reader books. The first set of Bob books and some pencils. I think what I'm going to be looking for is a movable alphabet, which is like the alphabet that's in little pieces that they can lay out to do some writing work. And then on the top, I literally have an empty file cabinet. I'm sure there'll be things I need to organize, and sandpaper numbers. And then these are their little nature journals for when we go to nature school. And then we just got this little section here cleaned up a little bit. So we've just got some colored pencils here. Paint. I don't actually have paint in there. I'll put it in there when they want to paint, so it won't always be accessible. And then we've got their scissors and paintbrush and some crayons. All right, you guys, well, thank you for watching this video. I'm so glad I was able to share this with you. I will put links to everything down in the description box below, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.